As we drive down the winding coastal road, the salty breeze fills the air as we round the corner. There, perched on the edge of a rugged cliff, is a quaint wooden sign swaying gently in the wind, its lettering reading, "Moonlit Bay Cottage," welcoming us like an old friend. In the background, the cliffs rise dramatically, their earthy tones contrasting beautifully with the soft blue sky above. Wildflowers, in bursts of purple, yellow, and pink, sway in the breeze like a living painting. The scent of the blooms mixes with the fresh ocean air as we take in the breathtaking view. The ocean below stretches endlessly, its turquoise waters sparkling under the sun, and the waves crash rhythmically against the cliffs, sending a calming echo through the air. This is the perfect place to unwind, a slice of paradise where nature's beauty meets the peaceful seclusion of Moonlit Bay Cottage. As we approach, nestled along the winding coastal path, our eyes are drawn to a small coastal cottage that looks like it stepped out of a storybook. Its whitewashed walls gleam softly in the sunlight, exuding charm and simplicity. Flower boxes brimming with colorful blooms, vivid reds, and purples spill over the edges, their petals swaying gently in the sea breeze, adding bursts of life to the scene. The thatched roof, weathered yet perfectly intact, curves gracefully over the structure, lending the cottage a timeless, rustic elegance. Just beyond the cottage, sparkling blue waters form a breathtaking backdrop. The whole setting feels like a hidden gem, blending seamlessly with the natural beauty around it. We are welcomed into the cottage by Emma, our host. As we step inside the cottage, we're greeted by the warmth of a quaint living room. The centerpiece is a stone fireplace, its hearth adorned with small treasures from the coast. There's a sofa with floral cushions in soft, cheerful patterns. The room feels both timeless and welcoming, with a large window that perfectly frames a stunning view of the English coastline, where the cliffs meet the endless expanse of the sea. From there, we are drawn to a cozy reading nook tucked away in a quiet corner. A floral armchair sits in the soft glow of natural light, paired with a lace-covered footstool that invites you to sit and linger. Beside it, an antique bookshelf holds a collection of well-loved books, their spines hinting at countless stories. A small wooden table, lovingly set with a teapot and a neat stack of old leather-bound books, completes the peaceful atmosphere. Emma, our gracious host, guides us to the bedrooms. The first is a quiet retreat where floral curtains frame the window, letting in soft light. An antique vanity table, adorned with a few delicate trinkets, stands gracefully in one corner. A plush rug underfoot adds to the sense of comfort, while delicate watercolor paintings on the walls offer a serene charm. The second bedroom feels cozy, soft, and inviting, bathed in a gentle palette of pale pink florals. Vintage furniture, carefully curated, gives the room a timeless elegance. The window offers a breathtaking view of the serene coastal landscape. Emma smiles as she opens the door to the third bedroom, revealing a snug and inviting space that feels like a warm embrace. The bed is dressed with an antique quilt, its intricate patterns radiating timeless charm, while lace-trimmed pillowcases add a delicate, cozy touch. Beside the bed, a vintage bedside lamp casts a soft golden glow complementing the walls adorned with framed botanical prints, each one like a little window into nature's artistry. In the corner, a peaceful cottage study beckons with its own quiet charm. A vintage writing desk sits ready for inspiration, its surface neatly arranged with a small inkwell and a notebook. A floral upholstered chair, as inviting as it is elegant, adds a touch of softness to the space. Lace-trimmed curtains frame the window, filtering the natural light in a way that feels both calming and bright. On the walls, antique landscape paintings transport you to other serene countryside scenes, perfectly complementing the room's restful atmosphere. It's a space where time seems to slow, inviting reflection and creativity. Which bedroom did you choose? After dropping off our luggage, Emma cheerfully invites us to join her for lunch. As we make our way through the cottage, we pass through the charming coastal kitchen, a space that feels both cozy and vibrant. Its sea-themed design is woven into every detail, with soft blue accents and seashell motifs blending seamlessly with the whitewashed walls. A large window catches our attention, perfectly framing a breathtaking view of the ocean. We follow Emma into the breakfast room, a true gem of the cottage. Bright and airy, the space is nestled on the cliffside, with large paned windows that flood the room with natural light. From here, the stunning views of the ocean stretch endlessly, the waves glittering under the midday sun. Inside, the decor is a perfect blend of rustic and coastal charm, with weathered wooden beams and soft cream-painted walls setting the tone. The furniture feels carefully chosen, a mix of vintage pieces and coastal-inspired touches. A table awaits, dressed in a white lacy tablecloth and set with antique silverware that catches the light. A simple glass jar of freshly cut vibrant wildflowers adds a splash of cheerful color. In a quiet corner, a serene kitchen nook exudes timeless charm. An antique hutch, its wood lovingly worn by age, proudly displays a collection of floral-patterned crockery. Lace accents soften the scene, and a small window nearby lets in beams of soft sunlight, illuminating the nook with a tranquil, welcoming light. The room feels alive with warmth and beauty, the perfect setting for a meal shared with good company. Emma greets us with a warm smile as she lays out lunch on a beautiful antique sideboard. The aroma of freshly cooked dishes fills the air, inviting us closer. First, she starts placing rustic ceramic bowls filled with creamy leek and potato soup, its velvety texture and golden hue enticing. Next to it, a wooden board of freshly baked bread sits, its crust crackling and warm, with a small dish of golden butter waiting to be spread. Beside the soup, Emma presents a hearty shepherd's pie, its golden mashed potato crust perfectly crisped, served in a well-loved antique baking dish. The dish exudes comfort, its savory filling promising a rich, flavorful bite. To complement the pie, a small bowl of minted peas gleams in the light. Emma tells us they are freshly picked from her garden. Their vibrant colors add a refreshing addition to the meal. The meal was delicious, and we chatted and laughed like old friends, with Emma giving us a brief history of the village. After lunch, we helped clear the table. Emma smiles, a spark of excitement in her eyes, as she beckons us to follow her. She leads us to the inviting entryway, where a shabby chic console table stands, its distressed paint adding to the charm. On the table rests a vase of fresh flowers, their delicate petals filling the space with a hint of fragrance. Beyond the entryway, a door opens to reveal a stunning ocean view, the waves glistening in the sunlight. Through the doorway, Emma guides us outside and toward a weathered stone cottage nestled on the property. Its thatched roof, perfectly imperfect, seems to have been woven by time itself. The cottage is surrounded by a riot of garden flowers, their colors vivid against the earthy tones of the stone, and a majestic oak tree casts dappled shade over the scene. Beyond the flowers, a glimpse of the ocean sparkles in the distance, completing the picture-perfect setting. Emma reaches for the door of the cottage and swings it open, revealing a warm, cozy room that feels like stepping back in time. The rustic stone floor is cool underfoot, while wooden beams overhead speak of the cottage's enduring strength. Along the walls are shelves brimming with jars, each filled with homemade fruits, vegetables, jellies, and chutneys, their vibrant colors glowing in the soft light. Emma gestures proudly, inviting us to take in this hidden treasure. This little cottage, she says, is where we preserve the bounty of the season. When the garden is overflowing with fresh produce, we gather it all and turn it into these jellies, chutneys, and preserved fruits. It's a wonderful way to extend the shelf life of the harvest and make the most of what we grow. She picks up a jar of gleaming strawberry jam, holding it to the light. These flavors carry the essence of summer, and they're perfect for enjoying year-round. We share them with our guests during breakfast or tea. There's nothing like a dollop of homemade jam on freshly baked bread. Her pride is evident as she points to the jars of pickled vegetables and spice chutneys. These are perfect accompaniments to hearty meals in the colder months. It's our way of bottling up a little sunshine and abundance to savor later, and it's always a joy to see our guests discover something new here. The air is infused with the scent of sweet preserves and earthy wood. Through the window, the sea is visible, its calming presence blending seamlessly with the charm of the room. Emma smiles warmly as she waves us off, encouraging us to explore the nearby village. Stepping out onto the path, We're greeted by a stunning English coastline scene, where a quaint village seems to tumble down the rugged cliffs, its charm effortlessly blending with the breathtaking backdrop of the sea. The village is a patchwork of charming stone cottages, their exteriors weathered yet enduringly beautiful. Some of the cottages boast thatched roofs, their golden straw glinting in the sunlight, while others are capped with slate, the dark, cool tones echoing the cliffs. From their chimneys, wisps of smoke curl lazily into the crisp coastal air, adding a sense of warmth and life to the scene. The cobblestone streets wind through the heart of the village, lined with fresh, colorful flowers that spill from window boxes and large pots outside the buildings. Their vibrant hues, bright reds, cheerful yellows, pink, and white, bring a lively contrast to the soft grays of the stone walls. From nearly every corner of the village, there's a view of the ocean, its waves sparkling in the sunlight and stretching out to meet the horizon. The cliffs rise and fall dramatically, framing the scene in rugged beauty. The village feels alive as people walk about, some chatting in small groups, others browsing in shop windows or carrying small baskets of goods. The sound of laughter and chatter blend harmoniously with the distant cries of gulls and the rhythmic crash of waves against the shore. It's a place that feels both vibrant and timeless, an idyllic escape where every step reveals a new corner of charm. After wandering through the enchanting village, our arms filled with souvenirs and trinkets, we find a delightful spot by the cottage to pause and take in the scenery. Nestled along a stone-paved path, there's a tranquil seating area that feels like it belongs in a storybook. A rustic wooden bench is paired with a rustic coffee table, its weathered surface full of character, both blending seamlessly with the natural surroundings. Pastel-colored cushions soften the bench, inviting us to sit and rest for a while. Around the seating area, small lanterns add a touch of whimsy, while potted lavender fills the air with its calming fragrance. The pathway stretches ahead, leading to a view of the beach just beyond. Tall grass frames the view, swaying gently in the sea breeze, alongside clusters of wildflowers that add cheerful pops of color to the scene. The sunlight streams down, illuminating the weathered wood of the furniture and casting a golden glow on the sparkling waves in the distance. We sit down, letting the sounds of the ocean and the rustling grass wash over us, savoring this peaceful moment in such a perfect coastal retreat. As the gentle sea breeze stirs our appetite, we make our way back to the cottage for tea. Emma greets us warmly, ushering us into the cozy breakfast room, where a delightful afternoon tea spread awaits. At the center of the table, a plate of golden brown scones tempts us, their buttery aroma filling the room. Beside them, dishes of clotted cream and strawberry jam glisten invitingly, promising the perfect blend of richness and sweetness. The scones are arranged on floral patterned china, their delicate designs adding an elegant touch. The table itself is dressed in a lace-trimmed tablecloth, its intricate patterns catching the light. A steaming cup of tea, its aroma soothing and warm, sits ready for each of us, inviting us to slow down and savor the moment. The charm of the spread, paired with the cottage's inviting atmosphere, makes this tea time feel like pure bliss. After our relaxing tea, we decide to head down to the beach for an afternoon of sunbathing and swimming. The walk begins at the rustic cliffside cottage, where a charming stone pathway leads the way. The path winds gently through vibrant wildflowers, their vivid colors swaying in the sea breeze. Weathered stone walls line the route, their surfaces softened by patches of moss and age, blending effortlessly into the natural landscape. As we descend, the vast ocean comes into view, its surface sparkling like diamonds under the golden sunlight, framed by a clear blue sky. The landscape unfolds around us, with rolling green hills and rugged cliffs, creating a dramatic and breathtaking backdrop. The scent of salt water fills the air, mingling with the earthy aroma of the wildflowers. The distant sound of waves crashing against the shore grows louder, drawing us closer to the beach below. The scene feels like a painting brought to life, peaceful, full of natural beauty, and irresistibly inviting. After a rejuvenating afternoon of sunbathing and swimming, we head back to the cottage, feeling sun-kissed and happily tired. The refreshing showers leave us ready for the dinner Emma has prepared. We're welcomed into a rustic and cozy dining area, where a reclaimed wood table sits in the glow of soft evening light. Mismatched chairs add to the cottage's charm, and through the window, we can see the stunning coastal view, now bathed in hues of amber and pink from the setting sun. The scene is warm and inviting, perfectly setting the stage for the meal. Emma serves us a classic roast dinner, featuring tender slices of roast beef, crispy golden Yorkshire puddings, and roasted root vegetables, all smothered in a rich, savory gravy. The meal is presented on vintage china, its timeless patterns adding elegance to the rustic setting. For those preferring something lighter, Emma offers a simple yet delicious fish pie, its flaky filling sitting atop creamy mashed potatoes, paired with a side of fresh greens on a charming vintage plate. She proudly mentions that the fish was caught fresh that morning by local fishermen, a true taste of the sea. The meal concludes with a decadent dessert, sticky toffee pudding, its warm, rich toffee sauce dripping over the moist cake, served with a cool scoop of vanilla ice cream. The candlelit dining room adds a magical glow, turning the evening into an intimate and unforgettable experience. Sated and content, we can't help but smile, feeling deeply at home in this idyllic coastal retreat. After the satisfying dinner and a full day of coastal bliss, I retreat to a quiet spot in the cottage to unwind before bed. In one corner of the living room, I find a cozy nook, where an armchair draped with lace beckons invitingly. Its soft cushions and curved back feel like a warm embrace, perfect for sinking into. Beside it, a small stack of books promises a choice of stories to carry me away as the evening winds down. An antique lamp casts a soft golden glow, its delicate design adding to the room's charm. The light dances gently off the floral wallpaper, with its soft patterns creating a tranquil, nostalgic atmosphere. The mix of textures, lace, worn wood, and faded fabric wraps the space in a sense of timeless comfort. I settle in with a book, savoring the quiet and the cozy ambience, letting the soothing stillness of the cottage prepare me for a restful night's sleep. As the first rays of morning light spill into the cottage, I wake to the sounds of seabirds and the soft rustling of the breeze through the trees. We leave Moonlit Bay Cottage today, and Emma, as always, has prepared something special to send us off. We step into the small dining room, its charm immediately lifting our spirits. Antique chairs with floral cushions surround the table, which is adorned with a delicate lace runner. The walls are decorated with framed still life paintings, their warm tones adding a touch of elegance to the cozy space. Emma greets us with her usual warmth and presents a hearty full English breakfast. The crispy bacon, golden sausages, and perfectly fried eggs are complemented by a side of baked beans, grilled tomatoes, and buttered toast, all arranged beautifully on an antique plate with a delicate floral pattern. It's a meal as comforting and welcoming as the cottage itself, the perfect start to the day. After breakfast, we gather our things, our bags filled with memories and a few treasures from the village. As we prepare to leave, Emma meets us at the door. Her warm smile lights up her face. She is holding a vibrant bouquet of English coastal wildflowers in one hand, their bright colors echoing the beauty of the landscape around her. In her other hand is a jar of her homemade jam, a gesture as thoughtful as it is beautiful. Her floral apron, draped over a soft cardigan, adds to her down-to-earth charm. Her parting words are as heartfelt as her hospitality, and as we drive away, the memory of her beaming smile and the breathtaking views of Moonlit Bay Cottage linger, leaving us already dreaming of our return.